Welcome back to J Learning Hub, where we break down the latest business news to help you level up your professional English. I'm Jay.
And I'm Mia. Today we have a massive story about global trade and international business. We are looking at the recent decision by the Supreme Court of the United States, or SCOTUS, to strike down Donald Trump's tariff policy.
That's right. Let's start with a quick timeline of how this unprecedented situation unfolded.
After winning his second term in November 2024, President Trump implemented tariffs of 20 to 25% against Mexico, Canada, and China in January 2025. He used the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA, to enforce them. The initial justification for these tariffs was to stop fentanyl and illegal drugs from entering the U.S.
Then, things escalated quickly. On April 2nd, 2025, a date the administration called Liberation Day, the U.S. imposed global reciprocal tariffs ranging from 10% to over 50%. The stated goal was to address U.S. trade deficits. Because these were declared unilaterally, they sparked immediate retaliation from trading partners worldwide. They also triggered massive lawsuits from U.S. businesses, arguing the president had exceeded his legal authority by enacting the tariffs.
This brings us to the historic ruling. On February 20th, 2026, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that IEEPA does not authorize the president to impose tariffs. Chief Justice John Roberts explained that while the president can regulate foreign commerce, that power does not inherently include the power to tax. The U.S. Constitution reserves the power to levy taxes and duties exclusively for Congress.
Now, there is a massive logistical mess regarding the collected money. Estimates show the tariffs brought in anywhere from $130 billion to $175 billion. Neither the court nor the administration knows exactly how to handle refunds, or whether the money should go back to the U.S. importers or the U.S. consumers who absorb the costs.
Meanwhile, the administration is not backing down and announced a Plan B using Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974. This allows the president to impose an immediate global tariff of up to 15%. However, it is legally capped at 150 days. If they want a long-term tariff regime, they will have to go to Congress to figure out the percentages, timelines, and targets.
Now that we understand the news, let's break down the essential vocabulary from this story so you can use these 8 terms in your own career. Our first term is the phrasal verb strike down. It means a judge or court decides a law or policy is not legally valid, so it cannot be enforced.
But in a regular business setting, you would usually say leadership rejected or vetoed a plan, or a board might vote down a proposal. Our next word is the verb dismantle. Literally, it means to take something apart piece by piece. Figuratively, it means removing or breaking down a system, policy, or structure methodically.
For example, you might say, after the merger, the new management dismantled the old supply chain approval process. The third word is the noun retaliation. This is a response to harm or pressure, usually by taking action back against the other side.
An example would be, after a major supplier suddenly raised prices, the buyer retaliated by warning that they may take their business to a competitor. Next up is the adjective reciprocal. This describes something that goes both ways, where each side gives and receives or responds in kind.
For instance, you might say, they are asking for reciprocal commitments on delivery timelines. Basically, if we delay, they delay. Our fifth word is the adverb unilaterally. This means something is done by one person, one company, or one country acting alone. Like saying management unilaterally changed the work-from-home policy.
Next is the phrase exceed legal authority. This means to go beyond a limit or go past what the law allows you to do. For example, U.S. businesses filed lawsuits arguing the president exceeded his legal authority when he enacted the tariffs.
Our seventh word is the noun, implication. This is the possible result or effect of something, especially a result that will happen later. You might say, if they tried to adjust pricing on their own, that would have major implications for our production.
Finally, we have the idiom on the books. If something is on the books, it is officially scheduled, in the system, and planned. For example, we've got a meeting on the books with their legal team on Friday. Remember, the best way to make new vocabulary stick is to actually use it. Try using one or two of today's items in a meeting, an email, or a quick chat with a colleague.
Let's look at how you might hear these words in action. Imagine Mia and I are co-workers discussing a contract negotiation with a supplier. Hey Mia, I just reviewed the draft contract from the supplier. They're asking for reciprocal commitments on delivery timelines. Basically, if we delay, they delay.
That seems fair, but we should make sure they don't feel free to unilaterally change other terms. If they try to adjust pricing on their own, that would have major implications through our production.
Right. But we also have to be careful that we don't exceed our own legal authority under the contract if we are too strict. Let's keep everything balanced.
Exactly. When do we meet with them next?
We've got a meeting on the books with their legal team on Friday, so we can get everything straightened out then.
Perfect.
And that wraps up today's episode. If you found this breakdown useful, drop a comment below using one of our new vocabulary words.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a lesson here on J Learning Hub. See you next time.